Happy Friday.
Here we are.
Friday morning.
Yeah.
What were you drinking today, Carrie?
Oh, Camila, just some home brew in the Love You Dad mug.
I've got a PSL.
Cheers, my dears.
Cheers.
It's just the biggest cup I could find.
What's your unfiltered moment this morning, Carrie?
Camila, my goodness. Something to know about me is that I am a really klutzy person.
Me too. Yeah, I didn't know that. Hey.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really amazing that I haven't broken any bones as of late. Like middle school, high school.
Same.
Okay.
Have you ever? Have you ever broken any bones? Oh, I've never.
You never have?
No.
Okay. I have broken this foot. There's a screw in here 3 times
Oh my god.
in middle school and high school. So many of my years were spent crutching around.
Oh no.
I used to have like a almost permanent line on my sides from my crutches, like runs.
Awful. Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah. You'd have to like wrap towels around them to like give a little barrier. So that's a little background. So it's pretty amazing I haven't broken anything recently.
Yeah,
But the other day I thought that I did. Was walking around the yard in the morning, barefoot, just trying to ground into Mother Earth. While in one hand I have my cell phone, and my other hand I have my coffee as balance, right? And was throwing the ball around for Margot, and my feet were full of grass. Levi just mowed the lawn. And so I was ready to go inside. I was going to go up onto the deck and wash off my feet with a hose. And it's morning and everything's really dewy. And my deck was really, really wet. And I didn't realize my deck was so wet. I was going to go wash off these feet. And all of a sudden I'm on like my shins and no, these aren't shins. I'm on my forearms and my shins. And just like, I don't even know how I got there. It happened so freaking fast. Because I was holding 2 things in my hands and I have the biggest bruise right here. And I thought for the longest time, like my kids are in the house. Like I might just be sitting here until somebody comes looking for me. Like I was in so much pain. And my dog was just like, freaked out and sniffing and licking me and like, are you okay? But she wasn't going to help. Yeah. And I've got a trip coming up to Europe and I'm like, this would happen to me. Like I would be on crutches in
what a nightmare.
the south of France. Thank God I was okay, but really, really bruised. And
does it feel better
like such
now?
an idiot.
Are you healing?
I'm healing, but it's like ugly. It's really ugly. And just like the intention was to ground into my day and just get a little peace, but I blame my cell phone and my coffee in my hands. Like I could have caught myself otherwise. It's like, don't let the coffee fall.
The universe is like, you need to be fully grounded, Carrie.
For real.
Like, take these distractions away.
Yeah, none of this half-ass grounding shit. For real.
Oh.
So yeah.
Well, good thing it's autumn. It's cozy.
That's right. I can cover up
your
this gnarly bruise, and I'm not broken. So
good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you're not broken.
Thank you.
It'd be a bummer.
Thank you. So tell me about you. What's your unfiltered moment of the
my unfiltered moment
day?
Is very different.
Okay.
Today. So do you know about Labubus?
Labubus. I've heard of this and I cannot for the life of me remember what that is.
Labubus. So Labubus are this latest trend that
is this the TikTok thing?
Well, they're all over the place, but they're these little, like, I thought you would know about them because of your daughters.
Yeah.
But you probably will in the next couple of weeks when they come back from school. We'll probably ask for Labubu.
Oh, God.
So
do I want it? That's what I need to know. Do I want a Labubu? No. Okay.
They're these little, like, stuffed animal keychains.
Oh, okay.
No,
that's not what I thought it was.
Yeah. So they like people put them on like their belt loop or their backpacks and they are like probably like I don't know, like this big, like 6 inches big. I don't know. And they have this little creepy smile and these big eyes. And some people call them little demonic keychains. Like
perfect.
Just
what I
creepy. creepy
Oh
little
my
stuffed animal
God.
keychains
Oh my God.
that are pretty big.
You
And
have one, don't you?
oh God, no. But I was really tempted to buy one. And I was like, I do not need a Labubu. I was like, this
Oh my God.
stop me. I
It's
saw them at the
hilarious.
airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I have
Mm-hmm.
Labubus here. And I was like, I do not need a
She was
Labubu.
tempted.
And now they're making knockoff ones that are called Lafufus. And they have like bulging eyes and are
Oh
just
my God.
scary. But people get little outfits for them and dress them
Wow.
up. And
I gotta look into
yeah, people are
this.
having like a themed Labubu birthday
Oh
parties.
my
And
God.
yeah, it's a big
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
I feel like a loser.
Oh, no. I'm so
But
surprised with
no,
your
I
daughters that
know.
they're
I've heard this term, but I
yeah.
don't know where or I didn't know what it was.
Mhm.
So thank you for the education.
Yeah, Labubus might be coming to your
Oh
house.
my God. Okay, which one were you thinking about getting? Because I know you looked through them and considered it.
Oh, I don't know. It's just a quick impulse buy at the airport because,
Hmm.
traveling. I was recently traveling. I was on a trip with my partner, and a lot of people at the airport and all around had them. And it's one of those things where you start seeing them a lot, and
Sure.
and I'm like, well, maybe my son would like it.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Of course you would. Oh my
Yeah. So
gosh. Okay. You held restraint though.
I
You held
restrained
back.
myself. Yeah.
Good for you. You set a
Mhm.
boundary with yourself. What
Yep,
was
I
the
saw the
boundary?
Labubus and I set a boundary and
No,
said, I do not need
stop.
this in my life. We do not need to bring this into our house.
How much does a Labubu cost?
Like $30 per Labubu, but
No. Or do they come naked or with an outfit?
I, I think I don't know much, but so guys, correct
Oh
me.
my gosh.
The Labubu fans, please get into our
Right.
DMs.
Right. We need to know.
But I think they come like just like furry,
Okay.
like a little animal, and then
Yeah.
I think people get little outfits for them.
So you feel bad leaving your Labubu naked. You got to get an
Yeah,
outfit.
I think so.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Here, pull up your
Oh my
phone.
gosh. I
You
got to see
gotta
this.
see what a Labubu looks like. A live reaction of Carrie seeing a Labubu.
How do you even spell this? Labubo? Labubu?
No, it's we'll cut this.
Labubu. There we go. There we go. Okay. Images.
There they are.
Mm-mm. Creepy AF. Oh my God. Serenity, hope. Does that look like serenity and hope to you? Oh my God, these are creepy. Okay.
Oh, it's so
Okay. So they
funny.
all stand for like a value or a emotion.
I didn't know that. I didn't even
Love, happiness, loyalty,
Oh.
serenity, hope, and luck.
Wow, I didn't even I had no
That's
idea they had these
amazing.
meanings.
I can't believe you were tempted. I'm really, you know what? I'm learning more and more about you all the time, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Thank
This is
you.
an Amy Poehler. Good for you, not for me. That's okay. That's what makes the world go round. We all have our own desires and our.
Yep.
We have a lot in common, Camila, but that is
that is not
not
one.
in that bucket.
Just see
Labubu.
me one day coming in here with a Labubu
I hope
on
it's
my
on your belt. I hope you're carrying it around on your hip. Oh my
Maybe
God.
you'll start seeing teenage clients again. Full
Oh,
circle.
you could. You could advertise that. That's funny.
Well, today we're talking about boundaries.
We are. We are talking about boundaries.
So, how would we define boundaries? So, if a client asked you,
yeah.
what is a boundary?
What's
I've
a
never heard that word.
boundary?
What would you
Oh my
say?
gosh. I think I would say something to the effect of a boundary is something that you put in place to keep your peace.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That you put in place. Nobody else can set a boundary for you. Well, they can set their own boundaries, but like we have to be the ones to decide what our boundaries are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What would you add?
I love the term loving limits.
Mm.
So I think of maybe setting loving limits with ourselves and others,
Okay.
because oftentimes people think that setting a boundary might be mean or
Yeah.
rude. Like, I've seen memes that are like, "I'm in my villain era, I'm setting boundaries." And it's like
Yeah.
and so to recognize the boundary will not only be benefiting you, but probably the relationship too. So there
Mm,
isn't resentment building up or
well said.
things happening that feel icky for one
Yeah.
person or both.
Yeah. A loving limit. Okay. Let's give an example. Like, can you think of a scenario where you said the boundary will be both good for me and for the relationship?
Let's imagine maybe, you know what? I think maybe any boundary. So if we think about setting any boundary, I think really any boundary can be good for me and the
Hmm.
relationship. And
Hmm.
I know we've been talking a lot about motherhood and parenthood, but let's say the first one that popped into my mind was visitors when the
Yep.
baby is born. And so maybe some people would not like visitors in the hospital while others would. But some families get really upset and sad if
Hmm.
someone tells them, no, you can't visit us in the hospital.
Hmm.
So for some people, that time alone with their partner and the baby might be a really sacred time.
Hmm.
And they might not want visitors at that time. So setting a boundary around that and asking people to not visit is loving to have that little cocoon and privacy and with their partner and the baby, but also it's setting a loving limit for the other person, even though they might feel upset by it and sad that they weren't invited into that. If that other person came in, there might be some resentment felt. There
Totally.
might be some frustration. They might be a
Yep.
little bit more on edge. Um, and it just wouldn't feel good in the moment, anyways.
Hmm.
So, and I think that applies to so many situations where you set that because to avoid resentment, to make it feel good for both people when you finally do engage in that way, do something else instead.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and instead of leaving that interaction, let's say you let a family member in to that sacred space, even though you've decided, oh, this doesn't sit well with me, but I don't want to upset them. Then when the interaction goes poorly,
Mhm.
it doesn't leave the person, the visitor, with a feeling of like, what's
Yeah.
wrong? What did I do?
So it upsets them anyways. Yeah.
Right.
So we set out to just keep peace and not
Yep.
upset people. But then because we experience that resentment or that frustration or whatever happens, then it actually comes true.
Totally. And backfires.
Where
Yeah.
it pulls us apart rather than closer versus
Right.
making a compromise of like, let's meet at our home at this time. And
Yeah.
then that experience is so much lovelier for both people.
Right, right. Yeah, because everybody feels respected and
Mhm.
that the expectations are clear.
Yeah.
Uh, Brene Brown is really big in this boundary space, but something I share with clients so often that she said that I try to live by, clear is kind. It's like,
Oh, clear as
clear is kind.
kind.
That just kind of blew my mind.
Mhm.
It's not easy. And especially for those of us recovering people pleasers, it's really not easy. But if you are unclear or wishy-washy or, you're not direct, it leaves a lot of room for people to make assumptions
Mhm.
that are most of the time wrong and lead to more pain. So, clear is kind.
100%.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that differentiation between nice versus kind?
Oh, yes. I'm not gonna be able to speak to it, but you can. Tell me more.
So that reminds me
Yeah.
of clear is kind and boundaries, but being nice versus kind is some people that are people pleasers or just want to keep peace will maybe try not to say certain things to upset people or just kind of avoid certain
Mhm.
conversations or avoid setting boundaries. And that's being nice. But what oftentimes people need is kind. So we can still be compassionate and we can
Yeah.
still be kind people while, say, calling something out or saying something's not okay or having those difficult conversations. That's compassionate and kind versus nice. We might be taken advantage of, or we might just start to build that resentment.
I love that distinction.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think that's indoctrinated in us, like, at such a young age. You hear parents all the time, "Be nice, be nice. Nope,
Yeah.
you gotta be nice." When
Mhm.
really
And what does that mean?
yeah.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
feels so often like nice is kind of self-sacrificing.
Yeah. Well, be nice and give your auntie a hug. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and that's, I think, even the beginning of where we start
Mhm.
to be confused about what boundaries are. Because
Mhm.
maybe inherently in our gut, we know our
We don't
boundary. It's
know.
like, "Ooh, right now I don't know her very well. I don't really
Mhm.
want to do that." But then we hear that and it's like, "Oh, well, I'm being a bad kid or a bad person if I don't do
Yeah.
that." And that's where it maybe starts to originate, I can
I
imagine.
think so, and the visual that's coming up for me is, like, even though I'm noticing this in my body, I'm gonna shove it down because the
Mhm.
greater goal here is to not upset the relationship
Yep.
or my parents, the person in power, so I'll just ignore that feeling and give the hug anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. Check. Good to go.
Mhm. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day.
And remember, this is not therapy.
This is not therapy. Thanks for hanging with us on This Is Not Therapy. If you enjoyed today's conversation, come back next time for more real talk, unfiltered moments, and maybe a little bit of laughter. Until then, take care of yourself and don't forget, this is not therapy.